Alright. You guys ready?
Yep.
Alright, so what I'm gonna go over with you guys is chapter 6 of Portable Fire Extinguishers. You guys, I introduced myself before. I'm Bernie, engineer on A shift. The learning objective is we're gonna distinguish among the 5 classifications of extinguishers. Does anybody know, can someone name me one of the classifications?
A. Ordinary combustion.
There you go, or solids. So ordinary, it's not so much, so ordinary is gonna be like the paper and stuff like that. So A, we're gonna call one the solids. Anyway, it's classified according to the type of fire they're designed to extinguish. Some of them, like you can have an ABC fire extinguisher, which we carry on our trucks. They're designed for more than one classification. Some of them are specific to their classifications, like the D class for the flammable metals, or the K for the kitchen fires. So they should only be used for their intended fire types. Reason being, if you use, say, an A-wet on a energized fire class C, you can conduct electricity and hurt the user. So they're going to come with some ratings. Just kind of break it down. On a 1A. So a 1A is going to be 5 liters of water, and the way to figure that out, if you have, say, a 5A, you're going to take that number times your 5 liters of water, so that's 25 liters. It's pretty simple, right? Your class B's is going to be for each number, it is designed to go after 1 square foot. So a 1B, 1 square foot, all the way up to a 640B, 640 square foot. Tracking? C's, they're just the test to determine whether or not they conduct electricity. The D's are going to be tested for reactions, so they use a certain type of powder that is designed to crust over the fire and help smother it. So in K's, there's no really numerical testing rating for it. It's just doing its effectiveness against 2.5 square feet. I was kind of thinking about that. 2.5 square feet, how big is your stove? It's just a standard small stove, about 2.5 square foot. So your classifications, they break these down to shape, letter, and colors. So again, A is going to be your solids, ordinary combustibles. Sorry, they got the picture on there. B is going to be for your flammable combustible liquids and gases. C is going to be your energized sources. D again, your ignitable metals, and K is going to be your kitchen fires. Any questions so far? Alright, so just some examples of Class A. Textiles, papers, plastic, rubber, wood. Just, again, ordinary solid combustibles. Your extinguishing agents, water. And when they say water-based agents, sometimes we'll take in our A-wets and add a little bit of nitrous to it, just to kind of give a little foam capability, help smother. Going back over the rating, we kind of covered that. 1A through 40A, the rating is based on the amount of water and the duration. Again, if you have a 40A, 4 times 5. 40 times 5, 200 liters. Big extinguisher. We actually looked it up. It's a extinguisher on wheels. I would hate to have to carry that on the truck. Your B examples, your alcohol, your gasoline, lubricating oils, liquefied petroleum gas, carbon dioxide, in the extinguishing agents, it's going to be CO2, dry chem or Class B foam. Your extinguishers, as we covered on the ratings, 1B through 640B. 640 would be how many square foot? 640 square foot. They're expected to distinguish 1 square foot for each numerical rating. Class C, so that's going to be getting your electrical fires. So say you're in your home, your light socket is burning, that's going to be a Class C fire. So they're not, again, not rated on capability tests. The C rating is they're in addition to the A or B rating. So if you only have, say, an A-wet, and you have a water or a electrical socket that's sparking, as long as you can kill that breaker, kill that power source, now it becomes what? It's Class A. You can go ahead and get your A-wet. Class D fuel examples. So when, as firefighters, do we run into Class D?
Car fires.
Car fires. You know, when you go in, you're fighting fire, and all of a sudden you start seeing that bright white light, and you hit it with your stream, and fireworks and everything is spectacular. It's always fun. So that's again why it's always important being full PPE when you're near a car fire, because you think you're at a safe distance, and then that shoots molten metal at you. It's not fun. So you'll be able to identify that by the bright white emissions during combustions. If you've seen it, you know it, you'll never forget it. Use of water-based agents, Class D fires will cause a fire to react violently. Molten metal, it could injure nearby firefighters. So important again, have your PPE ready, have it on. Don't be walking up to supervising just your, without your SCBA, everything, SCBA. For Class D, the dry powder works the best. Again, don't confuse an ADC with a dry powder. That'll put out a D. It needs to have that D on there in order for it to be appropriate extinguisher for that fire. So when they say variety of factors that are considered during testing, they have different powders for different metals. So we're not going to get too much into the weeds on that one. There is no numerical rating, and they're not rated for use on other fires. So you're not using a D on an A, B, or C, or K. You're only going to use it on that. It's only going after that metal. And we just reinforced. Use only D-rated fire extinguishers to extinguish metal fires. So to cover Class K, those again, you have your vegetable or animal fats. Why do you think K would have a rating on its own with the oil? What are those oils designed to do?
Cook.
They're designed to cook food to a safe temperature, so they're designed to burn at a higher temperature. So you're gonna see those in private homes, commercials. So what event did we have this weekend where this could have been a concern?
Festival.
The festival, the duck races. What did we have? A whole bunch of food vendors. So every one of those they're all doing their funnel cakes and their fried Oreos and fried Snickers and fried everything. So that's where that could have came up. The Class K, it's gonna be a wet chemical system, portable extinguisher. When it says it works because of saponification, does anybody know what saponification means? I had to look it up. It means to cool and smother. So they're using their big fancy words with it. The wet chemical agents, they can contain alkaline mixtures, suppress the vapors, smother the fire. So again, to meet the minimum criteria for Class K agents, it's supposed to be 2.25 square feet. And again, why does that make sense? Size of your kitchen stove. Okay. And now it's not working. Sorry, guys. All right. So again, our objective was to what? Identify the 5 classes of fire extinguishers, fires. So who can give me which one is the triangle? Class A. Okay. Which one was the circle?
B.
B? There we go, C. Okay. B was what shape? Star student over here. So when we talked about how the portable fire extinguishers are rated, when we covered the Class A, those are rated for what now? When you have that number in front of it, like say 2A, how many liters of water would that be? 10 liters, because we're taking that number in front of the A and multiplying it by the 5 liters, or
2.5 gallons.
Or 1.25, 1.25 gallon. But yeah, so what you were telling me though too. Yeah, correct. All right, so C's is for energized. If you don't have if you don't have a ADC or a C-rated fire extinguisher, what do we have to do?
Stop the electrical current.
Kill the power source, and once you kill the power source, it reverts back to Class A or Class B, correct. Okay, so, and then we have, which one is the ignitable metal?
D.
D, okay, and we know that it's gonna be a Class D fire because of what? What happens when you,
sparks?
yeah, bright white light, yep, okay, and what was the last one? Kitchen, okay, do you remember what that color and shape was?
It was a star, I believe.
Black.
Star was gonna be D,
Oh, D, okay.
okay, and K is gonna be, what do you see every time you have to come to a halt on the road?
Hexagon.
Yeah,
Or, wait,
stop sign or.
octagon.
Octagon. Alright, and it was a black. I think it's black, isn't it?
I'm
Or
sure.
I think it's an octagon.
Hexagon.
And you got me questioning going back.
6 sides.
Hexagon.
I don't know my shapes today, sorry guys. So. Alright, so now in order to create a mnemonic device, so memory device, so just create something to help you remember them. If you want to come up with a phrase and come up with, I don't know, ashy barrels conduct dirty metal kitchens, something like that. Just try to think of a way to remember those classifications so you don't forget it. And that's all I got. You guys have any questions?